And I thought that the likelihood of winning the election was really irrelevant to that. You have to hire staff for an extra 2 weeks. And a good campaign is going to try to end up on election day with close to zero left in the bank to leave it all on the field. If you have to extend it 2 weeks, you're going to be reallocating your resources and potentially have to raise more money. But at a minimum, you're going to have to spend more money, which is just obvious standing, isn't it? Without getting into all this other stuff, that's just obvious standing. You have to spend more money to staff an extra 2 weeks.
So I don't think so. I think what this court's cases stand for, and this is cases like Clapper and Alliance versus Hippocratic Medicine, is the proposition that if a plaintiff is going to rely on the expenditure of resources to establish standing, the plaintiff needs to show that that expenditure was necessary to avoid a substantial risk of an injury that is itself legally cognizable. And I think that that makes sense because I think that if the rule were otherwise, the requirements for showing standing on a future injury theory would be watered down.
Can we just be...
Sorry. Just one follow-up. I thought the test was, is it part of your core activities, your ordinary activities, if the expenditure is part of that? And I would think for a campaign, as the amicus brief, the ACLU and the League of Women Voters was quoted before, and I had it too. Political malpractice, not to be ready for that, to staff that.
So I think that petitioners here have not sort of proceeded under that organizational standing theory, but I think if you applied that theory here, we would still prevail because I think that Congressman Bost's core mission is to win elections. He's never told us that he has another, I mean, maybe some other candidate would have some other core mission. A minor party candidate's core mission might be, to bring attention to its message. But because he's never proceeded under this theory.
One more, sorry. But spending money to get out the vote, monitor the polls, have staff that does all that, which is going to be necessary for an additional 2 weeks is part of the campaign.
I guess that was my clarifying question.